What's up, guys? Today, of course, I'm going to be talking more about tanks and the actual individual breakdowns and the pros and cons of them all today. And here's the heavy tank for today. Of course, the heavy tank heavy tank has three different types. The first variant being the assault tank. Of course, heavy assault tank features 6 different spots you can sit in. 3 to 6 feature a heavy machine gun, deals really nice damage to infantry out there. And of course, the driver. 57mm HE cannon, very good against different types of armor. And the case cannon, which is basically a canister shell if you've played Battlefield 4, pretty damn good against infantry as well. It has a long reload time, and it also shares the same shots from each other. Basically, they poach from each other. I think you get 6 total rounds, so you have to be very careful if you use all of your case cannon shots, that if a tank shows up, you still have some HE rounds. It's very nice for teamwork, especially because the second guy with twin HMGs can cover your backside at all times. So you have basically almost 360 degrees worth of coverage in this tank. Very nice, extremely nice perks here too. Emergency repair and smokescreen. Emergency repair, if something gets disabled or you're running into trouble, pop it. Extra bit of, I think it's like 30-40 health. It's more designed to get you to retreat out of an area as opposed to continue the fight unless it's a really close fight. And smokescreen's very nice to either flank behind an enemy, or if you find yourself in trouble, pop it and then retreat. Those two are probably my 2 favorite perks combined together when you're dealing with a tank. So let's deploy into it and have a look. Very first, of course, there's your HE round. There's your canister round, or maybe it's flipped. Either way, you get to see both. F2. There's your twin HMG rounds from the back side of the tank, and then of course the rest are just HMGs after that, so it's not too significant. Smokescreen, it's either 3 or 4, or actually I gotta do it to the driver's seat, sorry, it's either 3 or 4. There it goes. There's your smoke, that's what I mean. Hit it, back up as you're actually getting away. Say I was to repair here, click X to repair, smoke would get me nice and concealed behind this rock, for instance. An emergency repair is if I took damage, pop it, emergency repair. So it's probably my favorite of it. There isn't a huge weakness to it. It's very strong in either way against infantry or armor. Just because they're HE rounds and not tank rounds, you should be wary of anyone that actually has AT rounds. They will probably win that advantage in a fight. Or they'll have the advantage in a fight. Okay, so next up with the heavy tank, of course, you got the heavy breakthrough tank. This one here, more suited for dealing with, like as it says here in the actual screen too. It says more suited for, oh, no, sorry, that's not the one. There. More suited against vehicles and emplacements for longer range encounters. And it's true because you have the canister 57mm and the anti-tank cannon. So it's more suited for medium to longer range encounters when dealing with armor. Less so when dealing with infantry, although the HE auto cannons are so nice. The splash damage on them when it actually hits infantry, really good. Of course, you give up 2 extra seats though. So it's less so than a full 360 degrees. You'll have a blind spot here and maybe a blind spot here. So it's not the absolute best. Emergency repair, best perk. Absolutely fantastic when combined with this. The twin HMGs work well for covering your backside as well. The downside though, supply drop. Not only do you have 2 less seats to take advantage of that supply drop if someone was to jump out of the tank, but I find it an extremely overall lackluster perk unless you have infantry teammates flanking around you. But because this thing is built so well with anti-tank rounds and HE autocannons to deal damage to, lower armored vehicles, it's more suited for medium to longer range encounters, which means that it's kind of useless in infantry maps. Well, I mean, you can still get kills with it if you're a good driver, but in longer encounters against other vehicles, the supply drop's not really going to help you. So it's kind of a lackluster perk, but we'll go in anyway. We'll have a look. So there's your first canister round, or maybe that was the canister round. Sorry, keep flipping them up. Yep, that was the canister round, and that's your HE round. Flip it over to 2. Nope, sorry, wrong button. There's your twin HMGs in the backside, and take a look at these. I love these. Imagine that, someone sitting behind that rock, you just aim slightly behind that rock and just absolutely crush them. And of course, emergency repair would be in 3 and 4. And I can't remember which button it was that I set it to without having the prompt. It's weird not having the prompt, but that would be your supplies when you jump out. So like I said, if I was not part of the tank and I was running around, I'd be like, yeah, fighting off someone around the tank, and I get hit. Tank drops, gives me some health. So it's good if you have people around your tank, but again, because it has 4 seats, if 2 guys would rather get in the tank instead, kind of a useless overall perk. Lastly, of course, for the heavy tank, we'll be discussing the heavy flamethrower tank. This is another one of my favorites here. This thing here, of course, like it says, it gives you 2 flamethrowers on it. The driver has an HE cannon dealing with vehicles and a case cannon dealing with infantry, both quite good at medium range, and it gives you the good balance between infantry and the ability to take out armor. I don't like not having an option on both tanks, or both versions of a tank. If it's an exclusive infantry, I don't feel, or exclusive armor, then I don't feel great about it. 2 HMGs for your side drivers. It holds 5 as opposed to 4 as the previous version suggested. And 4 and 5 have flamethrowers. It's got 2 of the better perks as countermeasures too. Emergency repair, absolutely superb. Actually, I find it so good they might even nerf it in the future. And gas emitter. This here just emits poison gas, almost as if you're throwing it from a grenade. If a guy tries to sneak up on you and dynamite it, he gets choked out if he tries to hit it immediately. If he throws on his mask, by then, hopefully, if your teammate's in seat 3 or 5, he'll see him, take him out after that. So we'll go in, we'll have a look. We'll have ourselves a look. So, of course, there's the busted tank. We'll shoot it for fun. There's the HE round. There's your canister shot, and it's got good range to it. Flip over to the second seat. There's your HMG, or LMG, HMG, I forget which one it was. And there's your flamethrower. Look at that. Look at the range on it. It's pretty good. So if anything in your area happens to be catching close to you, you can burn it. And this tank is a very, very good option for both, because you can both deal with armor and infantry, more specifically infantry, because it holds multiple spots. So there's your gas as it puts it out. Drive back into it. People get choked out if they try and sneak up on your tank. And seat, I believe 4 was emergency repair, so you won't have to worry about that, because I can't show it in the pre-screens here, but I'll show it in a separate video in the future for tanks, of course, because there are lots of tank gameplay going up. So that's it for heavy tanks. They're very well balanced. A lot of them have really good countermeasure perks. A lot of them have the ability to do an awful lot in this game. They can take so much more damage than a lot of the other tanks can. They're very versatile. Very strong. If you're going to make a strong push in a lot of different games, this would absolutely be the tank I would choose. So, again, it's completely subjective though. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more breakdowns and tank gameplays, and I'll see you later.